So what we have here today is we're working on this avalanche. And everything's been kind of going pretty good on it, except for the frame and most of the build. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on the rear axle. And this truck here comes with a factory posi locker, but we don't want that. I'm scared of it breaking. It's a whole bunch of little clips and stuff, and when you get hit, it doesn't really like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the grinder, remove most of the factory posi lock out of the back of this, weld the gears with my trusty Hobart locker, and then the rear end is done. We're going to get some new bolts for it because the bolts that were into the rear end were very rusty. So we're going to get some new bolts. We're going to go buy them today, probably from TSC or something. New bolts, weld the rear end, and get that rear end done. So then that way I can move on to something else, because there's a lot more stuff that has to be done to this. If you guys don't know what a factory posi locker looks like, I'll show you what it looks like. So right there, this is your factory posi. And so what happens is if you spin this one axle, everything in there moves freely, right? But if you spin this one axle with a little bit of force, like I'm about to do now, you can see it lock up. Ready? See how it locks up? See, freely, force, locks. So that is your factory posi locker. Sorry about the bad lighting. It's kind of hard to get a good lighting source underneath here. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all of these tabs, and we're just going to weld this side, that side, that side, this side, and then flip it and do the same thing again. And why we're removing these is because we need to get all these teeth out of here, because those teeth there like to turn into thousands of little teeth that like to sit down here, and we don't want that. So let's get all those out.
I've been grinding, catching every break, working hard just to make my way. No time for sleep, no time to waste. I'm ready to shine, I'm ready to blaze. Lights are flashing, the crowd's on their feet. The stage is set, time to compete. I'll give it my all, I'm in it to win. Gonna leave my mark, let the show begin. I'm not here for the money, oh yeah. I'm here for the show. I'm ready, let's go. Gonna take this car, take it now, make you remember my name. Just to make my way. No time for sleep, no time to waste. I'm ready to shine, I'm ready to blaze. Lights are flashing, the crowd's on their feet. The stage is set, time to compete. I'll give it my all, I'm in it to win. Gonna leave my mark, let the show begin. I'm not here for the money, oh yeah. I'm here for the show. I'm ready, let's go. Gonna take this car, take it now, make you remember my name.
So guys, we have the rear end welded up. I changed the position of the light. I don't know if you can see in there now, but the pin is still removable and we can change the axles if they break. So by doing it this way, it kind of helps out quite a bit. So the gears are fully welded. Now we've got rid of the factory locker, which is in pieces. See, this is the only little piece right here, and this here kind of clips in once you hit a certain speed and RPM, and these fingers just like to grenade inside there. So, you know what, for like road use, this is okay, but when you start getting smacked in the derby ring, no bueno. So, now that we got this done, I'm just going to take a wire wheel, clean off the old seal. We're going to head to town later today before I go to work, and we're going to, because I know that you guys, a lot of you don't know this, but I actually work nights. So, I call it nights. Everybody calls it evenings. I work 3:30 to 1, so I bet I leave my house anyway. But yeah. But with the gas tank out, we can see how long this rotted section actually is over here, and it's quite long, guys. So I talked to the promoter, and they told me I can use 1/8 plate to replace the rusted spots. So honestly, guys, I shouldn't even be derbying this goddamn frame. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do about this. I don't think I can do anything about that. I've never seen an avalanche this fucking rotted. So we're gonna be putting a plate here, probably 1 inch past the damage, 1 inch past. This side over here, I'm gonna have to go around with a hammer. It looks a little soft, but we'll have to check to see if it's bad as well. And then go from there. But I don't think I can do anything with the bottom here. Maybe, I don't know. This one right here is gonna have to be the biggest plate. I'm not exactly sure how I can do this. I gotta take out all of this stuff, though. I do have to say I gotta take out all of this stuff. But we're not worried about that right now. What we're worried about is this rear end. So, anyway, let's get the grinder out. And I had to cut one bolt. So we're gonna try to get this last bolt out. If not, it's gonna stay. Yesterday we went to town and we got new bolts for this because the old ones were kind of DOA, dead on arrival. They were so rusted, like I actually had to cut some of them. So what we're doing is just putting a nice healthy amount of RTV down. Guys, this is not a street truck. It's not gonna, you don't really need to go out and buy the gaskets. You know, these homemade gaskets seem to do the damn job pretty damn good. Hardest part is getting this thing back in there without putting the RTV everywhere. Okay. So what we're gonna do is just finger tight a whole bunch of them here. And go from there. But the rear end weld went pretty good. Now I'm going to let you guys into a secret on this rear end. A lot of guys say, oh, you put a Ziploc baggie of oil in there and do that. I don't think it really is enough. So what I do is there's these plugs that are in the floor of like Toyotas and Jeeps and basically every GM car out there got plugs in the back, mostly around like the trunk and where they want water to drain. So if you pop those plugs out, you save a couple of them. You can drill a hole into these rear ends and then install those plugs. Now, I wouldn't do this for like a street vehicle because like the differential is obviously going to get hot and probably melt the rubber. But for like a short-term off-road where you don't really give a shit and like you know mud's going to get in there. So there's my little rubber plug right there. Did I think I jipped myself on one damn bolt. No, I thought I bought like 3 extra. I did. I jipped myself on 1 bolt. I thought I bought, oh, I needed 10 and I only bought 9. Well, that's when I welded the nut to. Okay, so ask what's the torque spec of this, that's what it is. So once you get all those on there, just take a little screwdriver like so, then you pop out the rubber plug like so, and then we put our oil in. Now I do put it offset from the ring gear, but the only reason that is because then when it splashes, all the pressure doesn't actually go on this, it just kind of sits off to the side. So I'm going to let this thing cool down overnight, and then we're going to put oil in it tomorrow. So all that's really left to do back here is hook up the sway bar, put oil in it, and this truck, rear end, is good to go. So saying that, thanks everybody for watching. It was a pretty easy job back here on this rear end. It's pretty much common for any rear wheel drive, and I've actually done this on Toyotas too, so like there's plenty of reasons to be able to weld your vehicle posi. 1, it's funner. 2, you get more traction. 3, you're more likely to break stuff. But, I don't know, I think this one, because it's a truck and I really do think it needs to be posi, I don't think if you take a non-posi truck into the demolition derby ring that you're not going to have a good time. I think you're just going to sit there and spin most of your night, and then you get one front tire folded over and you're pretty much done. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'm kind of excited about this truck. Not super excited about the rust, but I am excited about this truck. So, thanks for watching, guys. We have a lot left to do. I think tomorrow we're going to start patching this frame rail and going from there, because, guys, that looks bad. That looks very bad, and I'm unhappy about that. But sometimes you get dealt cards that are like a 2 of clubs and a 5 of clubs, and you think you ain't got nothing, but then all of a sudden you get a straight flush. So, well, sometimes guys, you get like a 2 of clubs and a 5 of clubs dealt to you in the hand, and you don't think it's going to be any good, and then all of a sudden a 3 of clubs, 4 of clubs, and 6 of clubs gets drawn in the flops. So then all of a sudden you're sitting pretty. So like it doesn't really matter what you start with, it's where you end up is what I'm trying to say. That's a weird analogy for me to go into all that, but this rusty piece of junk might actually do us half decent. Is it going to be as good as a clean Suburban with like a $10,000 engine and a $4,000 transmission? Of course not, but guys, I did this rear end, spent I think it was $9 on new bolts. We're taking the motor out of another shitty vehicle here on my property, so still can't tell you what the engine's out of. The drive shaft we're probably going to build right here in this garage. I think the most expensive piece on here is probably going to be tires, bumper, and headers, and I'm buying the headers used. So, if you guys still don't know what motor's going in here, make sure you guys leave a comment on what motor you think is going to end up in here, because I ain't going to tell you. I definitely ain't going to tell you. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop.